6 News. First Alert Weather Extra starts now.
Welcome into First Alert Weather Extra. Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt joining you a bit early tonight. We have baseball on WBRC this evening, but of course we'll be back with live news tonight at 9, 9:30, and 10. Right now, temperature-wise, we're in the low 80s out there. It's been a warm setup, as you can see here, looking at those temperatures around the state, and we are looking at lots of sunshine here across the area. It's still very dry. That muggy meter really hasn't kicked in just yet, so as we look at the setup here going into this evening, that temperature is going to drop off fairly quickly. Let's talk about the forecast here, breaking it down hour by hour. You can see as we go past 6 o'clock, back in the 70s, beautiful sky out there. Notice that little bit of a pink glow to the sky. I mentioned the other day we had kind of that north flow early in the week. It brought in some of that smoke from the fires out west. The upper level flows brought some of those particulates in the atmosphere, kind of drifted to the south. I think that's what's helped to enhance the colors. We've had some beautiful sunsets out there for this week, but now we're in more of an easterly flow. We have winds coming at us out of the east direction, so those clouds drifting east to west across the area. A few fair weather clouds today, but not the kind that produce wet weather. And as we look at the setup going into Friday morning, you see 60s, winds out of the east direction there. Another nice comfortable start. And then for our Friday afternoon, temperatures back in the 80s. If you're like me, been kind of working on that outdoor checklist, doing a little yard work around the house. The weather's been perfect this week. It's just been hot there. By late morning, you can feel it. It doesn't take long. More of a dry heat, but what you see is what you get there when it comes to those temperatures. But that's what's been happening around here this week. The big story, of course, those rising afternoon temperatures. And look at next week. I just want to give you the first alert here. This is one of the next big things we're talking about. That's big 9-5 you see there around next Wednesday. The record for next Wednesday is 98. That was set back in 2010. We're going to be close. I don't know if we'll quite get the record territory, but we'll continue to fine-tune those temperatures in the long range. Certainly some big-time heat on the way. Fall officially arrives next week, and that's the way it goes around here, right? We got that little preview this week, and now we have some summer heat hanging on next week. But a lot coming up here on First Alert Weather Extra. We now have a tropical storm, Fiona. Jill's going to update us on that system and more on these above-average temperatures that's on the way. We go beyond the 7-day any rainfall in that outlook. The updated drought monitor, that's in. It's Thursday. That's when we get the updated drought monitor across the country. We're going to show you that. And then the forecast for the coast with that tropical storm out there. Will that have any impact on your plans? We'll show you as we continue right here on First Alert Weather Extra.
When 6 on Your Side investigates, the issues that directly impact you matter most to us.
That's why we're getting answers on rising prices and how you can save some money.
And being another set of eyes looking out for your kids and your family.
Getting to the bottom of health and billing issues that may be hidden in the fine print.
How events nationwide are affecting you here at home.
WBRC Fox 6 is always here on your side, ready to help. This is why 6 on Your Side investigates.
These are your mornings, and Good Day Alabama is built to start them right. The only station staying local on all platforms all morning long. In your community, giving you a deeper perspective with the largest team dedicated to you. Showing new stories from overnight, helping you get through your day. With First Alert Weather and traffic, getting to the point, not wasting your time. These are your mornings. Prepare for a good day. Prepare with Good Day Alabama.
When moments turn severe, how do you find clarity?
This is your first alert from the WBRC Fox 6 weather team. We're with you as we prepare for this threat.
In a season of constant change, when you need to know first, when you need to prepare, only one team gives you the first alert wherever you are. A trusted team staying ahead of what's next in your neighborhood. Stay alert. Stay with the First Alert Weather Team. Live, new, and on your side, beginning at 9 p.m. In a day filled with clutter and noise, WBRC Fox 6 News breaks down what you need to know before anyone else. With new updates, live and on the scene, answers for your money and your livelihood, with 6 on Your Side investigates. And your first alert for the hours and days ahead with the WBRC First Alert Weather Team. On your favorite platforms every night. WBRC Fox 6 News at 9 and 10. On your side.
And welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. First Alert meteorologist Jill Gilardi here, and it is Thursday, which means we're going to get an update on not only the drought, but rainfall averages, things like that. And for that information, we're going to turn it over to meteorologist Matt Daniel.
All right, we've been pretty dry all week long, but I just want to give you an update since we're halfway through the month of September, and obviously we're halfway of getting to that average rainfall for the month. Normally we pick up 4 inches of rain in Birmingham for the entire month of September, a little over 2 inches. A little closer though in Tuscaloosa, where we average about 3.5 inches of rain for the month. And for Anniston, drier, a little over 3 inches, and obviously you need about an inch, inch and a half or so to get closer to average. So yeah, we're going to be pretty dry in the extended period going to the next 5 to 7 days. So here's what we're seeing right now. The monthly average rainfall, normally, like I said, September, October are our driest months. October's technically our driest month of the year, so it's not uncommon to see a large swath of days of just dry weather. Rainfall across the country over the past 5 days been pretty wet across the Great Lakes in the Midwest. Also very wet across Florida, where we've had that stalled boundary producing just waves of showers as well. Also across the East Coast, but it's pretty dry across the Southeast, and we've had rain as well in the southwestern parts of the U.S. The latest drought monitor, which was issued earlier this morning, notice the drought continues off towards the west. We've definitely seen some improvement in Texas. They've had so much drought, but recent rainfall over the past month or two has definitely helped out. But we're still seeing drought there, especially west of Dallas, also across the plains. But across the southeast, we're looking pretty good for now, and I know a lot of farmers are kind of excited that it's relatively dry this week after a spell of some wet weather. But as you can see, no issues here, just some abnormally dry conditions mainly off to our north and west. Of course, when you have drought, we have wildfires, especially in the Pacific Northwest. California seeing some fires, and I will note the general flow of the weather pattern over the past several days is from the north and west. So if you've seen some hazy conditions across the sky, it could be from some of the wildfire smoke. Now, this isn't at the surface and it shouldn't cause any health concerns, but if you have seen some haze, that would explain it. As you can see, we're seeing some of those darker colors indicating some moderate smoke. But as we look at the wildfire smoke going into today, as you can see, the worst conditions really going into tonight and tomorrow is across California into the Pacific Northwest. So we'll have more updates regarding that drought monitor as we go into next week. We could start to see some of those abnormally dry conditions sneak up in parts of the southeast.
Well, thanks for that, Matt. Now time for your tropical update, and we have Tropical Storm Fiona, and according to the 4 o'clock update, the advisory, the winds have come up to 60 miles per hour. It is just under 500 miles away from the Leeward Islands. So yeah, it's trying to organize. Doesn't look terribly organized at this point in time. That's the way we want it to be, right? Because eventually it's going to be hitting some land. So the gusts up to 70 miles per hour, westward movement about 14 miles per hour. As we take a look at the updated forecast track and strength, let's kind of go through this day by day. So as we go through tomorrow and into basically tomorrow night, it's still going to be maintaining that 60 mile per hour winds, according to, National Hurricane Center, but it will be impacting the Leeward Islands. So that would be tropical storm conditions, maybe those gusts up to 70 miles per hour. Now, as we head through the day on Saturday into Sunday, we're going to be seeing again tropical storm conditions in Puerto Rico. They already have, tropical storm advisories up for that area. And again, as we get into the late Sunday into Monday, might start to make that turn. Now, the turn and how sharp it is critical as to how strong the storm is. Now, there's some indication it could undergo some strengthening during that time frame. It may get up to 70 mile per hour winds as it gets past the Dominican Republic. But if it doesn't go that far north and it goes over more land, it would be a little weaker, and maybe that would allow it to go more on a westerly track. But of course, if it stays over water, it gets stronger, it would allow the system to turn a little bit farther north with time. So as we get into Tuesday afternoon, the forecast is for 70 mile per hour winds. So that's just shy of it being a hurricane at this point in time and impacting the Bahamas. But you see that cone of uncertainty really stretches out because, again, there is room for it to go either way. as you go farther out in time. So we'll still have to watch it. It's not a guarantee that there will be no impacts to Florida, not a guarantee that it won't go into the Gulf of Mexico. But as you take a look at this is a compilation of all kinds of models, and the trend is for this to go northward with time, eventually kind of make that curve. But again, there's some indication that maybe it'll stay on a northwest track, and there's a couple outliers that put it on a western track. So don't want to say, all right, we're out of the woods just yet. But again, the consensus so far has been for it to eventually make that turn. Something we'll be keeping a watch on, of course, as we head into the weekend, keeping you updated on all platforms, and then of course into early next week we'll really know, where that system will end up going after that. But we do have, in terms of next week, the heat to deal with. We're going to be talking with Wes beyond the 7-day after this break.
Remodeling a shower or bath can be tricky with gas prices up and tight monthly budgets. Cost is a real concern, but West Shore Home is helping homeowners get the shower bath they need right now. I'm joined by Kirsten from West Shore Home. And Kirsten, tell us, how is West Shore making bath remodeling affordable?
So Joe, for folks who want to get their bath or shower project done right now, we have a very special offer. We know that monthly budgets are a little bit tight right now, which is why we wanted to make this offer available to everyone. If they give us a call, we have 18 months of no payments and no interest financing. That means they can get their shower or bath done now and not have to make a payment for 18 full months.
So you're saying people can get their new shower or bath installed right now and not have to worry about making any payments or paying any interest until 2024. That's really helpful.
Definitely. People love this plan because it allows them to be flexible with their finances.
Can we see some projects you've done recently?
Absolutely. So here's one where the homeowner wanted to replace their old fiberglass shower with something more new and modern. So we replaced it with a beautiful marble style shower with an easy low step entry and a beautiful shower door.
That is amazing. Perfect combination of safety and beauty.
It definitely is. So let's take a look at another one. These homeowners were struggling with mold and mildew from their old tile. They were tired of scrubbing. We were able to give them this beautiful new shower that is so much easier to clean. You can get a new shower or bath just like this when you call right now, and you won't have any interest or payments until 2024.
Kirsten, thanks so much. Folks, do not put off that shower or bath project any longer. West Shore Home is making it affordable to take care of that bath project right now. West Shore Home is extending this offer for 1 week only. Free installation on all shower and bath projects. And for a limited time, they're doing 18 months of flexible financing. That's no payments and no interest until early 2024. This is an offer you don't want to miss. Call the shower and bath experts at West Shore Home now.
Welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. Getting ready for that 6:53 sunset this evening, and it is going to be lovely out there. You can already see a nice little glow there on the western horizon. There's a plane coming in there into the Birmingham area, but a dry setup that we have out there tonight. And if you've had a itchy nose, the ragweed levels, the weed pollen levels are rather high this time of the year. But scanning the sky, you can see multiple sites there on excuse me, speaking of allergies, First Alert AccuTrack radar, no precipitation showing up, but tomorrow morning we're going to start out with some upper 50s still on the temperature map in a few areas. Nice drop in temperatures, comfortable start, but much hotter during the afternoon. Lots of sunshine, few clouds drifting through, working outdoors if you catch a shady area. Winds out of the east tomorrow at 5 to 10 miles per hour, so that little breeze is certainly going to help us out. Very comfortable mostly during the nights and mornings. It's still more of a dry heat that we're dealing with. The humidity really doesn't kick in maybe around the middle of next week, but this is a very kind of an arid setup and more of a dry heat that we're going to deal with through the weekend and into next week. So we see a big rise in temperatures. If you're setting up a tailgate for one of the big college games this weekend, be ready for a cool start Saturday morning, but then a big warm up during the afternoon. Hot afternoon temperatures, and it gets even hotter next week. That summer heat hanging on. Probably see a heat wave setting up across the country. Big 500 millibar high pressure system setting up back to the west of us. We call that an upper level ridge, and that's going to allow those temperatures and that heat to build across a good portion of the country and for northern portions of the country there into next week. Temperature wise, notice again next week 95 there around Wednesday. The record high for Wednesday of next week is 98, set back in 2010. And looking at next week's setup, I don't know if we'll quite get to the record level, but you can see not far off. But at the Birmingham Race Course, if you're headed out to the Alabama State Fair, dry weather expected. Temperatures cooling off close to 70. Again, weather's going to be nice during the evenings. A great night on the way for Sideline Friday. Again, low 70s there later in the evening hours with that light wind. Here's our 7-day forecast, and looking ahead at what's on the way there next Wednesday and into Thursday. You can see those temperatures back on the rise, and actually need to update those temperatures there. We bumped the high up next Wednesday to around 95 degrees, but overall you can see that first alert for above average temperatures. Want to bring in meteorologist Jill Gilardi. Jill, it looks dry through next week. No indications of rain. What are you seeing there as we go beyond the 7-day forecast?
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing similar conditions even progressing forward. So we are looking beyond the 7-day right now. And in terms of the heat, the above average heat, there's still a chance for that to persist a day 8 to 14 days out. But it looks like some of that will be shifting southward with time. So that means we might see a big dip in the jet stream that would allow that cooler Canadian air to set a little bit farther to the south and maybe give us a nice little break. We can always hope for that. So that's the way it looks in terms of the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. Again, we're going to be watching those temperatures very closely because obviously, you know, it gets too hot out there. It can be dangerous. Football players, that kind of thing for this time of year. All right, but the real fly in the ointment can sometimes be whether or not it is muggy outside. Like it's not right now. It feels great, even though, you know, it's warm, but it feels fantastic. So looking long range, every single day I've looked at this model, it's showed something completely different. So I'm not going to put my money down on this run, but it does show a little bit of humidity coming back around the 25th. Okay, what about that cool down that you had yesterday? Still indicating the possibility of some drier air, but the timing of it, of course, continues to change. So that's what I can gather from, you know, looking at the data day and day, that at some point later in the month, I do think we're going to see a nice little break in that humidity and some even drier air, and maybe some of the cooler air of the season, especially at night when you get that dry air to build in. You can get some cooler temperatures. So there's some indication of that, but not a strong signal that this is a guarantee, but certainly it has been showing up at some point in the long range data. As we take a look at the rainfall forecast beyond the 7-day, again, there's a slight chance we might trend below average. So again, with all these dry days back to back and then that building heat next week, really got to pay attention to the lawn and garden. You're going to have to do some watering and, you know, leave an extra bowl of water outside for all those, you know, wild animals. They need to drink some water too. Okay, we're going to be talking with Mickey coming up after this break. Stay with us.
When 6 on Your Side investigates, the issues that directly impact you matter most to us. This is why 6 on Your Side investigates.
These are your mornings, and Good Day Alabama is built to start them right. The only station staying local on all platforms all morning long. Prepare for a good day. Prepare with Good Day Alabama.
When 6 on Your Side investigates, the issues that directly impact you matter most to us.
That's why we're getting answers on rising prices and how you can save some money.
How events nationwide are affecting you here at home.
WBRC Fox 6 is always here on your side, ready to help. This is why 6 on Your Side investigates.
In a season of constant change, when you need to know first, when you need to prepare, only one team gives you the first alert. A trusted team staying ahead of what's next in your neighborhood. Stay alert. Stay with the First Alert Weather Team.
When 6 on Your Side investigates, the issues that directly impact you matter most to us.
Being another set of eyes looking out for your kids and your family.
This is why 6 on Your Side investigates.
Live, new, and on your side. Beginning at 9 p.m., WBRC Fox 6 News breaks down what you need to know before anyone else on your favorite platforms every night. WBRC Fox 6 News at 9 and 10. On your side.
When 6 on Your Side investigates, the issues that directly impact you matter most to us.
That's why we're getting answers on rising prices and how you can save some money.
This is why 6 on Your Side investigates.
How will the weather impact your roads? The First Alert Weather app has live traffic updates and road conditions for a safer commute. This is why we First Alert.
WBRC Fox 6 News, on your side.
Hey, as we get going here, look at this that was submitted. It is a little video. It's a sunset at St. Andrews State Park by Mike Fallin. And we always ask for pictures on our First Alert Weather app, but you can send videos as well. Pretty fancy there, Mike. Thanks for sharing there, buddy. And here's a sunset at the Hangout in Gulf Shores. Gary Ernest, and he was so earnest about sending this in, and we appreciate that. Got the silhouette of people, a couple of guys surf fishing there. So, you know, we don't have the crowds at the beach like we had in the summertime, so they're able to fish right out in front of those condos when hopefully not hooking a swimmer. And this little fella, he's doing a little fishing of his own. He's peering out. Maybe he'll get some of the leftovers from some of those fishermen. If you're going to the beaches, we have a rip current forecast just showing the yellow flags, a moderate rip current. That's pretty much at least what it's always at down there at the Gulf. You always have to be careful. But let's check out the Gulf Beach forecast as we head into Friday. Looky here. Mostly clear skies out there. Most of that rain staying a little further to the south. Can't rule out an isolated shower or two. But man, that looks like a great forecast, and next week looks fabulous at the beaches as well. Check it out. We have just a 30% chance of rain on Friday and Saturday, but those percentages really drop off going into next week. Temperature readings in the 80s, overnight lows in the 70s. My parents, Mac and Cheryl, they've been down at Gulf Shores this week, and I hope they'll bring me a t-shirt. The Smoky Mountain forecast is right behind us too, and it's looking great pretty much all across the southeastern United States. It's cooler at the mountains, it's cooler in the beaches than it is expected to be for us, especially as we head into next week, as we've been telling you. If you're going to the lake this weekend, good weekend to go. Highs close to 90 degrees both Saturday and Sunday, but you got to look out for the UV index. It's very high, so you could burn very, very quickly. 8 to 10 minutes, you could suffer from a sunburn. So if you're, you know, at the beach or the mountains, the lakes, or just wherever, maybe you just a staycation, you can check all the weather right there in your fingertips. Just download the Happy First Alert Weather app.
All right, Mickey, and by the way, if you visit our website at WBRC.com, you can head over and sign up at Weather in the Classroom. Teachers, we're scheduling fall weather visits. We've already got some on the calendar, so check us out there and just look for Weather in the Classroom. You want to set up a weather visit with the First Alert Weather Team. It is that time of the year, and Mickey was talking about those photos. Here's one we just got in from Lake Wedowee. Sabrina sharing this, but a lovely photo out there this evening. We've had some incredible weather this week. It's been great weather weather this week. And by the way, I want to point out tonight at 7:43, look to the southwest direction. It's going to be a great night for spotting the International Space Station. Again, as Lauren noted on Weather Extra earlier this week, great flyover weather tonight. This weekend, Saturday and Sunday, hot afternoons next week. 90s coming back. This is the way it works, right? Fall officially arrives Thursday, and we're up to mid-90s there during the afternoons. But we got some hot weather on the way that we're going to be talking about. More updates tonight, plus the latest on Fiona on WBRC Fox 6 News. We're back after baseball. Check in with us for the evening news.